XRP just broke the global economy. Levi just reported on this, and I just talked with Levi about what this video is about. What happened recently with XRP? I want to go through that. I'll play this for you. If you don't mind, though, hit subscribe. I also have Levi linked underneath the video. I have the longer version of this video, too. Over an hour, talk about XRP and crypto, Bitcoin as well, taking profits. It's on my Telegram. It's completely free. You can check out that link underneath the video. And if you want to trade crypto, you can trade over on BYDeFi. There, you can sign up in just a few seconds, and they have some special bonuses with my link. So check it out underneath. Give us an idea, because he had a video recently. It's over. XRP just broke the global economy. Then you had another one. XRP is about to shatter all expectations from Tom Lee. Maybe you can give us an insight into what you talked about there.
Yeah. So there's a lot of things that I'm talking about there. I think like with Tom Lee specifically, like he gives a lot of really awesome, like general macro kind of, just I would say kind of like advice on like where the markets are headed in his point of view. And he's been really, really accurate. Like Tom Lee was one of the people that looked at Trump's tariffs and said, I don't think this is actually going to be like a huge black swan. I think the markets are going to keep pushing through and they're going to keep doing really well. And he was completely right about that. So I really kind of like broke down those geopolitics of what's going on there and like kind of grabbed Tom Lee's perspective on how it'll affect the crypto market and just covered that. And I think like that is it's just a really cool thing that we can have like so much information in the markets and like so many people that, can provide good information and share that with the world. And Tom Lee's one of those guys where I'm like, yeah, like he's been dead on like a lot of the time. And he does like XRP. He likes altcoins. He likes Bitcoin, of course. He talks about all of them, but yeah. It's pretty cool.
Yeah. And then maybe you can hit on how XRP just broke the global economy too from about a day ago.
Yeah. So with that, what I was more so talking about, like what we're starting to see is there's a big shift on like how investors are starting to behave, right? So from like a risk perspective, people are taking a lot more risk, more so than they ever would previously. And so kind of going back to that tariff point, like that's obviously something that people were very concerned about, but people are like just ignoring that now. And they're just like going all in on these riskier assets. We're seeing like Bitcoin explode. We're seeing XRP explode. We're seeing all these crypto assets go crazy. We're seeing all these riskier tech stocks go crazy all during this period of time where like there's probably like record levels of like also like concerning factors. So in a way, it's like people are just basically saying, screw the US dollar, screw the Canadian dollar, screw all these currencies. I'm just going to go in on these assets because I think they're going to grow outlandishly in comparison to, the US dollar or whatever. And yeah, investor sentiment doesn't lie. And then what retail investors are doing doesn't lie. Like they're going over, like we're hitting record numbers, right? So that's kind of what I was talking about. Like kind of like the economy is broken for sure, like everywhere around the world. And people are looking for a new system that serves them better. And I do think that XRP and I do think that Bitcoin and many other cryptocurrencies actually fill that hole very well.
Yeah, it's interesting you say that too, that people are going more risk on because Google just had their earnings yesterday. And even just last year from like 2023 to 2024, they grew their net income by 30+%, 35%. Yesterday, they had like record margins, record revenue, record free cash flow, and the stock is up 1.6% today. Over the last year, it's up 12%, but they've grown earnings by 34%. And yet like XRP, which doesn't really have earnings to speak of, is up 430%. And even Bitcoin, which people think is boring right now, is up 80% over the last year. So like you can have great companies that are the most profitable in the world and people still don't want to buy them because that's not what the story is right now. People are moving to digital assets, which is just so interesting to watch. And I'm glad that, both of us were here the entire bear market pounding the table. Hey, we think now is a good time to buy or to dollar cost average or to trade. And we've been right. We've had better returns than just about everyone. And a lot of people that are watching this have too.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's honestly, it is insane. And I do think it's always important to recognize that everything kind of comes in cycles, right? Like there's going to be periods of time where like certain stocks will perform better than cryptocurrency and vice versa. And so I always try to remind everyone that, crypto, it's very volatile. We'll have great times where everything will feel amazing and you're on top of the world. And then there'll be other times where it'll feel like everything's kind of burning down, right? And so it's important to remember that it never lasts forever. It's never green all the time, but yeah, I mean, obviously it's good to celebrate what we've accomplished because it is incredible. Like, it is truly incredible that we are here where we are today. I think it broke a lot of people's expectations, and how far the crypto space as a whole has come is just, it's insane. I mean, you look at what the government is doing now in the US, like, no, you couldn't have said this was going to happen in 2021. Like, no one could have predicted that, but here we are.